Hello, my amazing analytical Aquarians. Welcome back. As you know, I'm Sachi the Scorpio, and I'm here to deliver your guided twin flame soulmate reading for the month of July. Please like, comment, and subscribe. The more energy that you send to me, the more energy that I can send to you. And I am now doing the videos in order of whichever videos get the most likes in the previous set. So if you like this video, there's a higher likelihood that your next video will come sooner. For anyone new here, welcome. Today we're going to be using the Manara Erotic Tarot for the general energy and to look what's going on. We also take a look at the light aspects of things, and those are the lighter karmic lessons of what's going on, and also what is known to us, what is in the light. We also take a look at the shadow. That's the darker, deeper, more difficult karmic lessons, and what might be hidden from us in the shadow that we try to bring to the light, not only to become aware of it, but also so that we can heal it. So since I'm recording this video set during Cancer season, I'm going to be channeling the emotional root of what is happening in your twin flame soulmate journey. Don't forget, we are still in Mercury retrograde in Cancer, as well as Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto retrograde in Capricorn. Saturn moved back to its natal constellation Capricorn on June 30th, and we also have that Neptune retrograde in Pisces. For more astrology and free tarot, lots of good stuff, please follow me on Instagram and Twitter. That info will be below. And for anyone needing to break their cycles, please check out my Eclipse messages and Solstice cycle breaking tarot, which I will link at the end of this video and also put in the description box below, because as you know, when you start breaking your cycles and focusing on your soul growth and shedding, parts of your soul that no longer serve you, that's how the twins unite. So Aquarius, during the cleansing ceremony in this deck, what popped up was I won't cry for you. Now, a couple signs have gotten that. I think it was Scorpio, Leo, and Pisces, maybe Capricorn too. I'm not sure. But please watch your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. But so I have a feeling, for the other signs, it was like that they've been crying so much and that like they're done with it. But for you, it feels a little bit different. It kind of feels like you're just like, no, like this person has the ability to hurt me, has the ability to, make me cry, and I'm not going to cry for them. Because the one of water in the general energy popped up in reverse, which is like not emotionally exposing yourself. It could be the other person, but I'm kind of feeling that it's your energy of really trying not to be emotionally exposed. And then the clarifier deck, we had Chikorita come out using blot. So that has to do with the heart chakra. I think things are in the heart chakra are very unclear right now. Very blotty, kind of like an ink blot. Like every time that you take a look at your heart, you kind of see a different image, or you get a different message. So, I mean, Cancer season is a time of, emotional depth, and emotions change. So anyway, let's see. We're going to take a look at your energy, your person's energy, and then the outcome for July in terms of the emotional root of things. So let's see what's at the emotional root of our Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What's at the emotional root for our amazing analytical aquas, calling in the storm in reverse? So I think it was Scorpio who had this for their person. So it's possible that you're dealing with someone with a Scorpio placement, or you also have Scorpio placements yourself. But I think that in the past, you have really, called in a storm. There's been some sort of, to put it not lightly, addiction to chaos in some way, where it feels very much at home to be in a state of emergency. I'm hearing Bjork's song Hyper Ballad. If you've ever heard of Bjork, BJORK, I'm hearing like, you push me up to a state of emergency. How beautiful to be in a state of emergency. And I feel like someone has kept you kind of in that storm, and it became your normal for a while, but you're really done with that sort of behavior. Part of it is because it has the ability to emotionally expose you, but you're emotionally closing yourself off because of this, and you're really trying to not call in the storm from the other person. Let's see what's at the emotional root of who you're dealing with. Coming out stuck, we have artificial heart. Wow. So yeah, you know, how I was feeling that there is some confusion inside the heart chakra, and I feel like every time that you look into their heart chakra, you kind of feel a different way. I feel like they are kind of faking where their heart chakra is right now. They've kind of like replaced their own heart with an artificial heart. You know, in order to, I'm hearing like, focus on other things other than love right now. And I think that they guard their heart from you in a certain way. But they're faking how their heart truly feels, right? They're offering you some sort of artificial heart, which might be why, you know, a storm brews between you two, because they're not, you know, they're not coming towards you with their true heart's intentions. They've shut off their heart chakra is what I'm hearing. I'm sorry, Aquarius. Okay, let's see what the emotional root of the outcome for July will be. What's at the emotional root of the outcome? Coming out stuck. Gilded regret. Oof, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Aquas. I mean, don't worry, you know, sometimes this is the theme of the emotional root, okay? I promise that it will get lighter, you know, or at least it should. So gilded regret, I feel like it's more this person, you know, because they're the ones being fake about their heart. Where there is definitely some regret here. There's a feeling of being stuck in regret of things that have been done in the past. I feel like they regret not being authentic about how their heart chakra truly feels about you. And, you know, you might be feeling regret maybe about calling in a storm, of causing a storm. And that's why you no longer want to call in the storm, because you regret maybe that you caused a storm in them that made them shut off their heart chakra, or, you know, whatever the case may be. Or you're regretting allowing them to cause chaos in your own life, right? And have you addicted to that chaos? We'll take a deeper look, obviously. So let's see for our amazing analytical Aquarians. Let's see what is happening. Calling in the storm in reverse. Tell us about this energy. Tell us about this energy. The Six of Air in reverse. So this is Aquarius Mercury. So, you know, upright, this is all about communication. That's pretty detached in a certain way. Aquarius, you know exactly how it can be. But like this energy in general, I usually take as like putting yourself on display for all to see. I usually associate it with, you know, talking to people online, because, you know, Aqua, you control technology and things like that, and Mercury, the planet of communication. So this can be like, you know, talking to a lot of people online, being on a dating site and things like that, but it's in reverse. So, you know, this storm that you were calling in, I feel like it's not just this person, right? Ooh, something's happening in my throat chakra. There definitely, there are a lot of people involved that cause this storm around you. And I feel like a lot of it has to do with, you know, either online communication that you've had with people, or dating multiple people, or it could just be a community in general, because, you know, Aquarius not only rules tech, it also rules community-based groups. So I think that there is this, you know, you're really letting go of whatever group you're in, or whatever online, you know, storm that you've been a part of. Interesting energy, Aqua. This feels very separate from the situation with your person. All right, what's the light energy here? What's the light energy here? Because it feels separate from your person, but I'm really feeling that like the community or group or online endeavors, whatever it was a point of contention between you and your person Trainer using unidentified fossil in reverse. So trainer cards always indicate that it's the other person. So this is them. Unidentified fossil in reverse. I feel like there are things in the past that were unidentified, you know, about this person, but it's, you know, in reverse. So I feel like you are learning a lot more about this person, about things in the past. And it might have been, you know, like this person doesn't understand about things that have happened in the past, and it might have to do with a group that you're a part of, or some sort of online activity or communication that you have, you know, with others or other people that you might be dating. It doesn't feel very serious. It feels very casual, but, you know, they didn't know about this. They were, you know, it was an unidentified past is what I'm hearing. But because it's in reverse, I feel like they very much are aware of whatever this is now. It's in the light for them. It's no longer unidentified. And maybe they caused the storm and you're like, you know what? I'm not doing that anymore. All right, what's the shadow here? Woo. Yeah. Again, like, in your energy is all about them. So I really think that you are definitely really focused on this person, right? You're really thinking about them because they're in your light and your shadow. And it looks like you're giving up, you know, these other parties and really focusing on this other person. But we have trainers bills maintenance in reverse. So, you know, like I said, trainer means the other person, and bills maintenance, I take, like, look, we have, you know, fixing technology and things like that. So there could be some technology communication between you two that has stopped because they found out about maybe other people that you were talking to or something like that. Something's very shifty in terms of a group that has been around or some sort of online communication. But, you know, with bills maintenance, I always take that, you know, when this is right side, it's that the other person is trying to work to fix this. But it looks like they're not anymore. And it's in the shadow, so you might not be aware of it. You might not be aware of it. It might be hidden from you. But things in the past that they didn't know about before, they know about it now. And that's why they're not trying to fix this right now. Wow. And because it's bills maintenance, there could also be, you know, that this person is not working on, you know, their bills, their money situation. Could be. All right, let's take a look into this person. At the emotional root is their artificial heart. So they are stuck in this artificial heart where they have had to replace their true heart chakra, which of course is with you. And replace it with a faux heart. Possibly to protect themselves is what I'm hearing. Wow. What is going on here? I feel like I have to sneeze, like something wants to come out. Yeah. So they are very much doing their own thing. They are, you know, dancing to their own beat, grooving to their own music. They have, you know, their headphones in and aren't really listening to anything or anyone here. You know, this is very much you know, like the AirPod memes of like, oh no, he can't hear me or whatever it is. Like, that's kind of the energy that I get. Like, they're just blocking everything out. They're blocking everything out. I feel like there's one more card in this deck that wants to come out here. Can you clarify the Knave of Air? The Queen of Fire in reverse. Yeah, but they don't want to be self-sufficient here. Like, they're acting like, yep, I'm fine alone. I'm just not listening to anything. Or, you know, like, they're ignoring you is what I'm hearing. But that's their artificial heart. But they honestly don't want to be alone and sexually self-sufficient. You know, they don't want to be in solitude even though they're acting like it. Because, like, the Queen of Fire upright, this is Aries energy. Again, you could be dealing with kind of like an unevolved air sign possibly, or maybe their communication ability is, you know, unevolved. But right side up, the Queen of Fire, this is like the queen of love, lust, passion, intensity, you know, that flame. But she is sexually self-sufficient. She don't need anybody. She doesn't need anybody, right? But it's divine feminine energy. You know, this doesn't necessarily have to be a woman. But in reverse, it's like they don't want to be alone. Like, they're not feeling like the queen that they know they are, and that, you know they are, or king. You know what I mean? It's just a divine feminine energy. But yeah, their divine feminine energy is really off, especially when it comes to the sexual, of the love, the lust. So yeah, interesting. So they're just acting super independent, but they don't want to be. They don't want to be. All right, what's the light aspect here? Woo. So we have water energy coming out. So they are all about their emotions. They're very emotional about this situation for sure. There's a lot of emotions here. And then this is going right to gilded regret, tranquil, using fly. So yeah, part of their regret is flying away from this. And tranquil is, you know, like tranquility. So I feel like, you know, like bird type is associated with air, right? And air is communication, and we already have a lot of air. So I feel like they flew out of the communication, right? They flew away, and, you know, to have like their own tranquility, perhaps. And I think that they are really regretting that. It says, no matter where in the world it goes, it knows where its nest is, so it never gets separated from its trainer. Yeah, I feel like even though it feels very much like there is separation, whether it's physically, spiritually, or, you know, emotionally. But they know that, like, you're their nest, right? You're the one that feels like home, and you know that same feeling. So no matter where in the world you guys are, maybe they flew away literally, maybe they moved or left you, but they know that you're their quote-unquote trainer, right? That you two are meant to be together. So they do know that, but I feel like, you know, they're regretting a lot of things, and the way that they are trying to deal with it is by, you know, putting up this, you know, faux heart, this artificial heart, and it's so that they can have tranquility in their emotions. They're really trying to, you know, find peace within their emotional body. But they truly don't want to be alone, but they just need to block things out for a while. What's the shadow here? What is the shadow here? Ooh, does it want to come out? Okay, it wanted to do a little flip. Registeel using iron head. Yeah. Yeah, they, like, this wanted to do like a flip. So forbidden iron hammer. I feel like there is some sort of forbidden aspect to this, but iron head, this person is very, very hard-headed. You know, you can't, they're a steel type. You can't change the way that they are, nor would you want them, right? Like, if you love them, you don't want them to change. So you know that they're a steel type. They're very, very hard-headed. I get some like ancient energy here, so they might be like going through, you know, their ancestral trauma and stuff like that. Cancer season is a time to really go through ancestral trauma as well as the emotional roots, which is what we are tapping into. But yeah, they very much are super, super hard-headed. Super hard-headed. It says, its body is said to be harder than any kind of metal. A study has revealed that its body is hollow. Yeah, so I feel like they feel very empty inside about this situation, right? Their body is harder than any kind of metal. They might be working on their physical body, perhaps, but I think it's more stubborn and unwavering. They don't want to change. But a study has revealed that its body is hollow. I really do feel like they're really feeling empty about this. They're feeling empty about this. But it's like they have to empty themselves out in order to have tranquil energy, right? To have emotional tranquility is to kind of ignore their emotional body and just kind of feel nothing on the inside for a while. And that's why they have this artificial heart right now. So that way, you know, their quote unquote real heart isn't, you know, taking the damage to this, because they really want peace. They want peace right now. And they don't want to feel how they felt in the past. You know, they don't want to feel this regret even. So they just let themselves be hollow. But truly, they don't want to be alone at all. Let's see the gilded regret at the emotional root of July. What's going on here? What is this gilded regret about? What is this gilded regret about? 10 of Earth. This is Virgo Mercury. So I feel like it's kind of both of you, but really more on their end is like, I'm fine without you. I think that that is, you know, what they are regretting, that they kind of put up that facade, right, with this artificial heart. And I feel like when they did that, they felt like they had to commit to this sort of self-sufficiency energy. And now they're feeling regret, but they're like, you know what, I don't even want to feel the regret, so they're just pushing it all aside. But, you know, the 10 of Earth is all about, you know, communicating, because we have Mercury, this Virgo energy of like, you know, like, I can do it all, you know, by myself. I'm going to do it all by myself. And this is, you know, she's out there reading a good book, drinking nice champagne at a nice restaurant, you know, looking fly as hell, and she don't need nobody. She's not even looking at the booty in her face, right? So, you know, I feel like that is kind of what is the regret. But I do think that both of you are really focusing on yourself. You're you know, a 10 indicates the end of a cycle. So you both are coming to an end of a cycle of like, you know, you both are coming to the realization of like, I don't want to do this alone anymore. I don't want to be alone. You know, you're done with the other people that you've been talking to, or whatever group kept you away from this union. And they're pretending like they're fine on their own, but really they don't want to be by themselves. And that is, you know, something that is going to be coming to an end in the month of July. That cycle is being completed, where you both are recognizing that you don't want to do things alone. And what's the good of having, you know, what's the point of having a good life if you're not sharing it with someone, right? Like, yeah, you can do it alone, but like, why would you want to, you know, when you have love? All right, let's see what the light aspect is here. You know, Aquarius, we are also going to do an extended. So we're going to look deeper into your energy of, you know, we're going to go deeper into this root is what I'm going to say. We're going to go deeper into the root, maybe who this group is, who the other people are. A lot of it is, you know, the other person that's in your energy. So this might even be groups or other people that they were talking to that you're kind of finding out about or something. But yeah, we'll look deeper into that. And then for their energy, we're going to look deeper into why they're putting up this, you know, facade and what else is going on in their world. And then we are also going to take a look at how to manifest the highest vibrational timeline for the month of July. So, all right, what's the light aspect here? Dragon type coming out stuck. Yeah, dragon type indicates twin flame. So for a lot of you, this is your twin flame. And because I was just talking about the extended, I feel like the extended is going to go deeper into the twin flame journey. So we have Gumi here using Water Down and Stampede. So the thing is like, you know, we see that they are trying to have tranquil emotions. So they're really trying to like water down, right? Like bring their emotions, bring their water down, because I feel like it stampedes them. It's just like a lot. And, you know, Stampede is a fairy type energy, and fairy type is more of like karmic soulmate relationships as opposed to dragon type, which is, you know, twin flame relationship. So I feel like there's a lot of, they're being stampeded by a lot of different relationships. And I feel like you have been too. You've been in a lot of things. And I think that, you know, that in general, the amount of, you know, fairy type relationships that you guys have gotten into has really watered down this connection in some way, right? To where you both thought that you should just be on your own. It says, it's covered in a slimy membrane that makes any punches or kicks slide off it harmlessly. Yeah, this is very much about protecting, right? Like, there is some slimy aspect, right? So there's some slimy behavior here on both ends, but that's to protect yourself. It's so that the punches and the kicks can't hurt you, right? So that you can't be attacked. And I feel like it's more on their end. It's like they don't want to be hurt. That's why they have this artificial heart. That's why they felt the need to fly away from this, because they, like, above all, they just want peaceful emotions, right? And they're very, very hard-headed about that. Like, all right, I'm not coming out unless I have positive emotions. What's the shadow here? What's the shadow here? Like I was saying, there's some fairy type. So Altera using wing attack. So I feel like there has been some sort of communicative attack here, because again, bird type does indicate communication. This bird type is known for looking like a cloud. So there could have been some very, you know, dreamy type, kind of head in the clouds when it comes to communication. And I feel like that's why there's this necessity to kind of, you know, put some slime on it in order to deflect these attacks, because there was a wing attack, which means like an attack of communication, an attack of air. It says, on sunny days, it flies freely through the sky and blends into the clouds. It sings in a beautiful soprano. Yeah, so it's talking about flying freely. So I feel like there was some sort of attack that happened, which was pretty slimy. And it has to do about this, you know, independence here. And it's like, you know, it's just so that they can kind of stay in the clouds, right? They're attacking so that they don't get hurt with their words. And it's in the shadow, so this might be, you know, done in the astral realm, in the dream realm, or done telepathically, as opposed to actually, you know, in a conversation. But I feel like they're just kind of keeping their head in the clouds about this, and like, do-do-do-do-do, you know, they're singing sopranos. And it's just because they need to fly away from this, or they don't need to, they are choosing to fly away from this in order to protect their emotions, is what I'm hearing. But like I said, there are some not so good fairy type relationships here. And fairy types are deal-making relationships, karmic, you know, karmic soul ties that need to have had. And then we have trainer using Pokekid in reverse. So it looks like a child did not come from these relationships. For some of you, they're dealing with like they're losing a child in some way, maybe through a divorce or custody battle or whatever it may be. But for a lot of you, what I'm getting, if you have been wondering in your crown chakra downloads, is like, oh, if they're with another person, do they have a kid already? The answer is no, is what I'm getting. But I feel like there's definitely some, they might be considering having children, but they haven't chosen any sort of karmic soulmate to have a child with, because as you know, they're very much like, I'm going to do it all on my own right now. Interesting energy to pop out there. And that might be part of a regretted conversation, is kind of about that. All right, what does Aquarius need to hear about love right now? What does Aquarius need to hear about love? Quite a few things, it appears. Some people will die for love, while others will die because they have lost it. Wow, yeah, someone is really suffering here, feeling like, you know, they would do anything, they would die for this love, but also, you know, someone's feeling like they might die because they no longer have this love. But what you need to remember is, and it might be them because they have this artificial heart up, right? And they might feel like they're going to die if they, you know, emotionally expose themselves. So now what in the cleansing ceremony, I'm getting that it's kind of them that's refusing to cry for this and refusing to emotionally expose themselves. They've really, you know, they've flown away from this because they're trying to focus on their internal peace, even though it's, they don't want to be alone, but they're just faking it. And yeah, this is really, they're protecting themselves from death is what I'm hearing. Wow, that's, woof, intense. In true love, you want what is best for the other person. In romantic love, you only want the other person. Yeah, that's very important to remember, is that, you know, in true love, both of you are going to want what is best for the other person. And, you know, this other person very clearly needs some space right now to, you know, figure out their emotional ish, right? And, you know, you need your space because it looks like you're thinking about them a little bit too much, right? Because in your energy, it's all about them. It's all about the other person. So, you know, in romantic love, you only want the other person, but in true love, you want what's best for them. So, you know, give them the space that they need. If you want to maintain this relationship, right, you have full autonomy and full authority to walk away from any situation at any time and call it quits for good at any time. But I read to unite the flames. Desire does not demand love before it traps you, but desire with love creates a powerful bond. Yeah, exactly. There can't be this type of trapping energy. And I feel like maybe that's kind of what they've done in the past. They tried to trap you, and it made you, you know, run and try to go for other people. But you can't demand love from someone in order to trap them, you know, inside of love with you. But when you both are desiring each other and you both love each other, that is when the powerful bond forms. So just know, you know, what is yours has always been yours and always will be yours, and you will come together, you know, in divine timing when your energies are balanced. So Aquarius, like I said, if you want to follow me into the extended, the link is in the description box below. I put a free trailer for all the videos, so if you need a little extra free guidance as well with this, for the themes at least, there's a, you know, 2 to 4 minute video that you can check out for free as well, in the link in the description box below. And if you do not need any more guidance, then I am sending you so much love, a big hug, and a kiss on your third eye. Mwah! And I hope to see you again for the next reading. Bye-bye.